Chapter 11. Water is precious. About 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. That's why the Earth is often called the blue planet. 97% of this water is present in oceans and seas, which is salty and cannot be used for drinking and household purposes. Only 3% of the Earth's water is fresh, but most of it is frozen in the form of glaciers, ice caps, or is trapped under the soil. Water present in lakes, rivers and seas adds up to 0.3% of the water available on the Earth. Earth. Open sources of water. Rivers, lakes, streams and ponds are open sources of water present on the Earth. These water bodies get contaminated by dust and germs. During earlier times, people had to walk a long distance to collect water from these open sources as there were no taps and pipes. But nowadays, water is supplied to our homes through pipes. However, in some villages and towns even today, people need to collect and carry drinking water. Pond. Underground water. Rainwater and surface water seep into the ground and collect under the earth as underground water. Underground water can be drawn out by digging wells or tube wells. A well that is dug not far below the Earth's surface is called an open well. People pull out water from it with a bucket that is attached to a pulley. Hand pumps and tube wells are used to draw out underground water by digging deep bores into the earth. A well. Hand pump. Step wells or baulis commonly found in Rajasthan and Gujarat are wells with steps on all their sides to go down to the water level. Some step wells were used for swimming while others served as meeting places for communities because they are very cool. Baulis had separate areas for drinking water and bathing. Boli or step well. Water in cities and towns is stored in big water tanks that are fitted under the ground. Water from these tanks is pumped to overhead tanks with the help of electric pumps. Colonies have huge overhead tanks, which get water through pipes, after it is purified by the city water works. Water is supplied through pipes to the taps in the houses. Water storage tank. Water for irrigation. Different crops are grown in different regions depending upon the quantity of water they need. Crops like rice and jute need a lot of water. They are grown in regions that receive plenty of rainfall. Millets are grown in drier parts as they do not need much water. Wheat and sugarcane are grown in areas that receive moderate rainfall as these crops need moderate quantity of water. Tea and coffee are commonly grown along hill slopes where water is available in plenty but it does not stagnate. To grow well, plants need a constant supply of water throughout the year. Thus, water has to be made available through irrigation. Watering of fields by artificial means is called irrigation. Wells, tube wells, canals and tanks are some major sources of irrigation in India. Many devices are used by farmers to irrigate the fields from these sources. Water wheel. Water wheels use the energy of falling water. They have buckets fixed to a wheel. The wheel rotates when the flowing water strikes the buckets. As the wheel rotates, the water in the buckets falls on the other side. It is then directed into water channels which are made to irrigate the field. Water wheel. Windmill. A windmill uses wind energy to draw water from a well. Windmill. Water pump. An electric water pump is also used for irrigation. It is used to draw out underground water. Water pump. Sprinkler system. A sprinkler consists of pipes equipped with spray heads that have holes at regular intervals, allowing water to be distributed evenly for field irrigation. This system saves a lot of water. Sprinkler system. Properties of water. Water is a colorless, tasteless and odorless liquid. It exists in 3 states: solid, ice, liquid, rain, and gas, vapor. Water is used as a universal solvent, that is, water is able to dissolve many substances. Float and sink. If an object is less dense than the liquid, it floats. If an object is more dense than the liquid, it sinks. Density. Density is a measure of matter in a particular volume. When there is more matter in a fixed volume in a substance, the density is more. Density of water is taken as 1. When we say that density of iron is 7.8, it means that iron is 7.8 times denser than water. In other words, for the same volume, iron weighs 7.8 times as much as water. Water. Iron. Solubility. Solubility is the ability of a substance to get dissolved in a solvent. The substances that dissolve in water are known as soluble substances, while substances that do not dissolve are called insoluble substances. For example, sugar and salt are soluble substances, whereas oil and chalk powder are insoluble substances. Why is water called universal solvent? Water is called the universal solvent because it is capable of dissolving more substances than any other liquid. This is important to every living thing on the earth.